No one needs to go work at a strip club anymore because there's an online one and like you can edit it too.
My boyfriend's a soon to be porn star. He's actually out in LA shooting all this shit right now and they're obsessed with him.
I think the most difficult part was imagining how people would react.
I'm Zack.
And I'm Abigail.
And together, we're fucking up.
And getting help from the pros so that you don't have to.
This is adulting.
There's nothing I love more than seeing someone I know naked on the internet. And that, I think, is what we're going to talk about today with our OnlyFans.
Are we referring to our audience as our OnlyFans?
You never know nowadays. Like the person you walk by, your mailbox delivery, your mailman, your deli grocer, they could all be naked on OnlyFans and you have no idea. It's just like the world's your oyster on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
The world's your clit on OnlyFans. I don't know. What's a good line for that?
You can be Beyonce in the streets and then Sasha Fierce in the sheets on OnlyFans.
In the sheets. There we go.
Are you a fan of OnlyFans?
I don't have anything against OnlyFans. It's just not for me.
I would rather send you a naughty photo than like produce a video that I want you to watch of me.
I think you and I are on very similar wavelengths with that. But there's nothing wrong with it. Like if someone was like, oh, I have an OnlyFans, I'd be like, dope. You do you.
Well, we actually interview in this episode somebody that is a sex worker that has an OnlyFans account.
And has a day job.
He's doing it all in life and he's doing it all on camera. All right.
That's right.
Let's go. Let's build some OnlyFans.
I think up until a couple years ago, like people would say buy your porn. I'm like, why the fuck would I do that? Like generally just being like, it is free. It is online. Buying porn is so expensive. But now as like literally the majority of my friends have OnlyFans. I just have an OnlyFans to subscribe to my friends at this point, just to show that I support them. I don't even watch the videos. I don't need to watch my friends having sex, but like I just want to show that I support them and love them.
Have you ever subscribed to an OnlyFans account?
So I haven't, but I totally get what it is and like why it exists. And I think it makes a lot of sense for people to make additional income because some of those girls are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. And it's like, some aren't even taking off all of their clothes or doing like porn style things, which is what I think a lot of people think it is. But like others are just being risque or showing like, insinuating certain things. And so for some people, they're like making it like some artsy noir thing, but others are going full blown, like showing all the parts. I have a friend who manages OnlyFans talent, and I'm like, what does that do?
What does that entail?
How does that work? And she's like in the business now of also like recruiting them. So they're getting more savvy, like influencers. They like have managers, they have magazine deals and other kinds of deals, and they're put in bigger projects, and this OnlyFans thing is funding their clothing lines that they're coming out with. It's like,
it's wild.
No one needs to go work at a strip club anymore because there's an online one and like you can edit it too.
See, Abigail, you can fund the next line of Basic AF with your OnlyFans.
With my OnlyFans. Yeah, I just like, for me, it's just not for me.
You would never do it.
Not for me.
Not even like a risque.
Someone would have to be like, hey, here's how much. No, because here's my thing. You have to build up to that clientele. And like, I'm not going to put it out there for cheap. Like, I don't know. There's something about it that it doesn't work for me. I like traditional talent. I think, I don't know. It's great. I'm glad that people are making money off of it. It's just not for me.
My boyfriend's a porn star, or soon to be porn star. He's actually out in LA shooting all this shit right now and they're obsessed with him.
Traditional porn or OnlyFans porn?
Well, no, he was doing OnlyFans porn and now he's like the major studios are having him out there. No, of course I support it. I mean, don't be sex negative. Don't slut shame. Don't be exclusive of sex workers when talking about any other social justice issue.
Okay, so we obviously know you from OnlyFans and some of your adult entertainment work. You go by Kyle F. Do you want to talk to us first about like what motivated you to get involved in like adult entertainment?
Okay, sure.
Was it just
Well,
I love having sex, let me just do it professionally?
That sounds very Zach.
No, it was not exactly that. I mean, it's that too, but not only. It's a long story, actually. I started taking some pictures with a photographer who's my friend. He invited me and his other friends to do some like sexy photo shoots. And at first I thought it was like, oh, no, it's not for me. I'm not going to do it. But then I decided to go, and I loved it. I loved taking pictures of naked and sexy poses and stuff. I loved it. I say that it's a self-knowledge thing. Like I looked at myself from another point of view, and it was crazy because I've always been very shy, and I still am, to be honest. But I don't know. I loved the experience. And then that was a long time ago. That was like 6 years ago. But then one thing led to another. And when I realized I was taking lots of pictures for different photographers who were calling me, and I loved the work, but I never showed to anybody. It was only for the photographer, for them to post it, whatever they wanted. But I didn't post it.
Was it like tasteful? We didn't really see, like we saw like a little bit of your butt crack, but we didn't see like full schlong?
No,
or was
you
it
can
all
see
out?
everything.
Well, it was
actually.
everything. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. But tasty. I like it. I liked it because it was artistic. It was erotic, but still artistic. So to me, it was the kind of picture I liked seeing, and I thought they were beautiful. So I was very proud of it. But I was so shy. I didn't want to show it to my friends or anybody because like, okay, it's my thing. I like it. So the photographer can keep the pictures and do whatever he wants, but I'm not going to do it. But then I had all this material, like 5 years of photographs. And I was looking at, I was in my Instagram, just checking the profiles I follow. And I saw a guy who was a very handsome and sexy guy, and subscribe to my OnlyFans. This guy has OnlyFans, and I subscribed to it. And then I thought it was so cool, and I thought maybe I should break this barrier that I have and just go and try it. And it was very slow because I started posting just to see what was going to happen. And then one thing led to another. And then when I saw I was already posting a lot and starting to earn money, and that was good too.
That's amazing. I can tell you're still like even talking about it. You get shy like when you start to talk about it. Have you do people know that you have an OnlyFans? Is that something now that you're like fully comfortable discussing, or is it something still that you kind of keep your OnlyFans life separate from your life? Like it's almost like an alter ego situation.
It's kind of an alter ego. I mean, people know it, but I have this Instagram account, which is just for that.
Okay.
It's not for my personal things. I have another one for my personal things, So I try to keep it separate, but it's impossible. I mean, people see
At
it.
a certain
and,
point, they'll link you together, I guess.
For sure. My personal Instagram is closed. It's not open to everybody. So I keep it, the personal things, I keep personal. So, but, and it became like a work tool more than anything. I mean, it helps my work.
I will say this, if there was no stigma, and it wasn't like a thing that will come to bite me in the ass later. Like, I
don't think there's a stigma even. I mean, there's kind of a stigma still, but like, I don't think that's not really what bothers me. Like my whole thing's just like, yo, I don't want and I don't want creeps. Like it's not, I don't know. I want to be able to choose who sees what I want to show them.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I feel like I love a good fan, like whatever it is, and especially if the fan's gonna pay me, sign me up. But like we have like podcast listeners that'll send me like birthday gifts. I'm like, yay. But I don't think I could do it because like if I were to ever have kids and have that be on the internet, or like it would be an instant gratification kind of thing. Like I'm young and hot and pay me for that while the time is now. But after that, like, is it going to keep me from getting a job if somebody finds me on there or does like a quick search and vetting for my name and it comes up as like naked girl, like 101. And then I can't, how do you shed that? I'm like, it's just not worth it. I'd rather just stick with like a salary.
I do not have an OnlyFans for the reason, a couple of reasons. It's still, I have a book coming out in 2022 and I have another book coming out in 2023. And I just don't want any of the OnlyFans I do. We still live in a sex negative society, right? And I don't want anything.
You don't want the backlash from that.
I don't want the backlash. I don't want the focus to be like, oh, this guy who does an OnlyFans is coming out with a book. When it's like, no, I've been a professional writer for many years.
To try and discredit your writing because
and I just don't want to be the focus. I also know, even though I write very graphically about my sex life, and subscribe to Boy Slut, where I just write about like first person erotic essays that are just wild and fucking nuts. And I think a lot of my power comes from the fact that you haven't seen me have sex. I think I tell these erotic sex stories and then you kind of eroticize me. And the moment you actually saw me having sex, the moment you saw my nudes, it would be less appealing to kind of read about what it is that I'm doing. That said, I have distinctive tattoos and I shoot like a lot of my friends' OnlyFans. I'll just wear a mask or I do a point of view. So if you're looking for the right stuff, you can absolutely find me having sex on OnlyFans. But it's never like, again, I wear a mask or it's a point of view, so you can't see my face in it.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have to go search OnlyFans now. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, just gonna be like searching, like, wait, what tattoos are they?
Yeah, right.
I do work outside OnlyFans, but most of my income now comes from OnlyFans.
Oh,
it's
wow.
Crazy. Yeah.
Does your other job, do they know you have an OnlyFans? Like, how does that work? I feel like that's like the biggest from what I hear and like people that I talk to, like that's the biggest thing is like, I don't want my day job to find out that I have one because they think that they'll be judged for that or that could lead to termination. What does that look like for you?
Well, I'm self-employed.
Oh, so, okay. Great. You can't fire yourself.
Yeah, I can, or not.
Sure.
So for me, it's not a problem.
Okay.
I mean, my clients don't know it, but I don't care if they do. I mean, they're not connected to one another. So if somebody just finds out and okay, that's it.
Everybody has sex.
I know. That's what I think. Like everyone has nudes. Everyone. I mean, if you're comfortable enough sharing it with the world, share it with the world. You know.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like when I started it, I thought, come on, I've seen everybody's nudes. Like I know how everybody looks naked. So, and it's okay. What's the problem in that? So why not?
How did your friends and family respond to knowing that you have an OnlyFans, or do they know at all?
I don't talk about it with my family so much, so I prefer not to bring up the subject. So I just keep it like that. With my friends, at first I didn't show them, but they discovered it eventually. So
it will happen. Go ahead. Sorry.
They discovered like right at the beginning, like it was March last year. I started January last year, and in March they sent. I have a group on WhatsApp, which is the app we use here to communicate, and they sent a picture in the group, like the group of friends, like okay, yes, that's it. But you know, I think I reacted better than I thought. I didn't feel ashamed. I felt like they saw it, and if they want to subscribe,
right, it's almost like a relief that it's like the cat's out of the bag, kind of.
Yeah, it's like, be supportive. Buy your porn, support your friends, hire sex workers. Do it all.
Veronica from Los Angeles wants to know, do you face judgment when you tell people that you have an OnlyFans? And if so, how do you tell people that you have an OnlyFans? Is it like, come and subscribe, I'll give you a discount? What do those conversations look like?
I think at the beginning I felt a little like kind of embarrassed, but it's funny. The other day I was at a friend's place, and then there was a group of friends, and then I said, "Oh yes, I have OnlyFans." Really? Do you have it? And then I opened it and I showed it. Look, I have this video. This I showed people. So I think it's a process. I mean, you get used to it and you see it like it's natural. So to me, I don't feel embarrassed anymore. It's okay.
I think
It's
too,
normal.
when you have an experience where people perceive it in a positive way, it's reassuring. Because I think like a traditional society is like, oh, it's like, don't be a part of it, even though everybody watches it. Like, I think it just makes other people uncomfortable. So I think that's something too to remember. Is it?
Yeah.
It's not really a reflection of you.
Yeah, it's not really my problem if they feel uncomfortable. It's their problem. But I haven't felt anybody having these feelings of being uncomfortable, because I feel like they kind of they want to do it secretly, but they don't have the courage.
Okay.
This is what I feel. Because most of my friends are gay guys. So I think there is this, gay guys like this idea, but of course, they have jobs that don't allow them to do it, and blah, blah, blah.
My understanding of OnlyFans is, it's not like Pornhub where you go in and you type in your, like, what you're interested in, and then you
have to find people specifically.
Yeah, you have to find people specifically.
Right.
I don't know, and I wonder also, because I've never logged in. I don't even know what the barrier to entry is there. But like, if you pay for the app, or do you pay per person so you can just
per person to see what they have? Yeah, because some people are like free.
I actually have subscribed. I subscribed to one OnlyFans, and it was Chad Johnson from The Bachelor. And it was only because I needed to see what he was actually doing and what he was actually exposing. And I couldn't find it anywhere on the internet. And I think he was running like a half-off promotion. So I was like, okay, I'll sign up for this 1 month just to see what this is all about. And to see if he's really going from The Bachelor to like full on porn. And he really was going full on porn, like having sex with girls, full dick out, asshole out, like everything out. And then he was
I need to understand, because like, is this a place where you can put porn? Like, are there guidelines, like on Instagram, you get flagged if you free the nipple, or like there's
everything goes. Everything goes. Fun. You set your own price, so you can be like, my asshole is worth $5.99 a month, or my asshole is worth $19.99 a month. Like, you decide how much your asshole is worth for people to subscribe to you monthly to have access to the content that you post.
Okay, so going back to what you said, Abigail, about like not having one. Like, I feel like women always want to be like their sexy self. So like, we all have this inner person that is like, man, like, I want to take a super sexy boudoir photo and like maybe just show it to my guy. Or like, you take the sexy selfie and it like, because you feel like you look hot and you're like, God, I don't always look like that, and someone needs to see it or whatever. So I feel like this is the place that we can be sexy without being judged, because the whole community is sexy. And my only thinking is that where you wouldn't want to necessarily be found out, you would actually know who's finding out. So you can be like, oh, you were interested in seeing all of this naked? I'll take your money, but this is now between us, because you can't reveal you saw me in the business setting. Like, I feel
I totally, I get where you're coming from. I guess I just don't like, I don't ever feel the need, like, I don't feel the need, I guess, to get external praise for looking hot. I don't know. And like, listen, if people are making money off of it, dope. Like, totally support that. Like, and I don't have anything against people that are doing it. It's not for me.
Do you feel like there's more of a pressure or an expectation with your partners in bed?
I don't feel that. I don't know. I've never thought about it, to be honest.
It's like, I'm always great in bed.
No,
there's no.
My question is, how are people making, like, how do you go from being like, I'm going to start an OnlyFans today and I'm essentially a nobody, to then being in the top like 1% that's racking in like $100,000 a month from pictures of your
through
pussy?
the subscriptions, and then private people can just tip you.
So
on
my
there.
thing is like,
or you
how
can
do
sell
you
your
get,
underwear.
how do you
to
get
them.
from A to D? Like, how do you even build that sort of business? Because in my head, I'm like, there are so many other hot people, and you look at like some of the people that like try to do amateur porn, and like, not to knock them, I personally would prefer amateur porn over like the overproduced shit. But at the same time, it's also like, how do you even build yourself into like one of these big famous OnlyFans people that's actually making income from this?
I'm sure you can pay for promotions and stuff too, though.
Like Facebook ads?
Like that, but like obviously through OnlyFans, yeah.
Well, I see a lot of them going on like the cam websites or like posting snippets on Twitter that then like
It's all like it's like a whole like sex like networking.
What how do you find partners? Do like for the OnlyFans? Like is there like an internal network there, or how do you just reach out to other people have OnlyFans? Like what's that look like?
A bit of all these things. I mean,
Okay.
there's a network of creators, and we get to know one another in social media, in Instagram, Twitter. So if I see somebody out OnlyFans, I'm going to talk to this guy and see if he wants to shoot together, and then the guy introduces me to another one, and then it goes on like that, and then there's a big group of creators. But with the pandemic, it's harder because a lot of people are not getting together. So it's been harder these last 2 months, especially.
Yeah.
Here in Brazil, the situation is really, really bad.
just fuck them with the mask on.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe.
That'll fix it. Let's say your ideal celebrity man crush opened an OnlyFans and was like, hey, $4.99 for the month. Would you subscribe?
No.
Why?
And I think it's gonna ruin the idea for me.
You're going to realize his
Like
dick is small.
fantasy. Probably.
Well,
Or I
don't
want
know.
like the way he breathes when he's fucking, or like something weird.
I think if it's a regular person, like, no. But if it's like a celebrity and you're like, man, what does Chris Pine look like without clothes on? Okay, it's $5.99. I got that. I spend that on Bitcoin like yesterday. Like,
That's what I did with Chad Johnson.
yeah. So like, I think the curiosity would maybe get me, because when else would you have the opportunity to do that? But I'd also, if it were a real life person, I wouldn't want that. And also I wouldn't date the person that has that, because I'd be like, why are you showing this to everybody? What's going on here? It's like, we already deal with Instagram models. And like, when a guy has a following, I'm like, I can't date you. You like put a lot of effort into these posts. And like, I don't even do that.
Yeah,
You know,
the lighting of your hairy asshole is a little too intense for me.
or I can tell you edited that.
That's not really what your hairy asshole looks like.
Because in this photo, it's not hairy. So
In this asshole, it's face tuned and blurred.
His face tuned. Why is her asshole so much hairier in real life?
He didn't wax it that week.
or it's thinner.
Thinner ass. It's not as stretched out.
Or it's bleached.
Is there a pressure to like get kinkier or push the boundary in bed to constantly keep your content fresh?
There is. I mean, because each person has their fetish and they want you to do it for them. But I have my limit. No, it's my page. I'm going to post what I like and what I want. If you're a fan, if you subscribe and you're not happy, you can unsubscribe the next month and just go. I'm not going to do something that I'm not comfortable with just because the fans want. This is something that I have for myself. Like, it's my page and it's my content, and people are going to like it or not. I don't know.
I like
This
that.
is it. But there is a pressure. I mean, there has been this pressure. I mean, I started with pictures and then people, hey, do you have videos? Oh, okay, I can do videos. And then I started with the solo videos. Oh, do you have videos, sex videos? Oh, okay, let's do sex videos. Because for me, it was all right.
Sure.
But I'm never going to cross a barrier. Okay, I'm going to do it just because you want it to do,
right.
or you're going to pay me a big tip for me to do something. Yeah, I have my limits. It's what I like doing. I only post what I like.
It keeps the page authentic too, like to you, if it's, you're a little choosy. So we have another question from Jason from Chicago. He wants to know, what was the most difficult part of starting your OnlyFans?
The most difficult part was getting over my insecurities, I think. I don't know. But it was not so hard because I'm not so happy with my job. I was tired and I'm tired. I still haven't given up because I am like holding to the last minute. But I think that like eventually I'm going to just stop and just have my OnlyFans. That's will be my only source of income. Financially, it was okay. Not amazing, but it was okay. And I was just living. I was bored and I felt like I have to do something else. And then I had this idea. And then when I started, I had made up my mind. So it's going to be like that. And that's it. So, but I think the first thing, I think the most difficult part was like imagining how people would react.
Sure.
At the beginning, I thought, oh my God, how are people going to react to this? And then, but in the end, it was easy. I thought it would be the most difficult part, but it was easy. I have a friend who has OnlyFans, an OnlyFans account too. And he's a doctor. And his boss found out about his OnlyFans.
No.
And she didn't care. And she said, okay, as long as you are a good professional here at the hospital, I don't care what you do with your life. So I thought that like
that's very forward and liberal. I love that.
Yes. And I was surprised because I didn't imagine that this could happen. But I think that this stigma or the taboo is like decreasing for sure.
Yeah.
And because of the internet, the nudes and stuff, it becomes more natural and common to see naked people and people having sex or whatever.
Cami from Vegas wants to know, do you think OnlyFans takes away from sex workers who come into the professional porn industry? Do you get any judgment from like the pro porn stars?
No, because all of them have OnlyFans too.
They've all had to kind of make that switch over to OnlyFans because we can't deny that like OnlyFans definitely takes away from paid porn. OnlyFans is paid porn, but from a professional filming of porn. And I think also it creates, I feel like a professional porn industry is almost like Hollywood celebrities. And now that you have an OnlyFans, it's like an Instagram or like a reality TV thing. You feel like you have this connection with somebody and you can actually communicate with them directly. And I think that is a huge pull for people as well. Like if you're going to watch porn, you might as well watch it with somebody that you can, somebody you can directly talk to if you wanted to, or you could pay them to do something specific. I think it creates more of a
authenticity.
And like less
connection.
of a fantasy, but still a fantasy within grasp almost, if that makes sense.
Sure.
I'm not into porn, but when I do watch porn, I'm into like straight porn. Like my favorite thing is to like watch guys go down on a girl. That is the only porn that I'm actually interested in, which I know is so weird.
What? It doesn't even make sense.
Right? It's the only thing that gets me off.
Sure?
It's the only thing that gets me off when it comes to watching porn.
Interesting.
Are you
want to talk through it?
Gonna like challenge your sexuality, but like, are you maybe bi?
I would definitely have sex with a woman given the opportunity. I think I talked about this on your show, Jen. Like, I'm totally down to do that. The opportunity has just never been presented.
Well, I don't think you're like hitting on women every day.
I'm not at all.
Why don't you ask more women for threesomes, Zach?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I don't think many women are attracted to me.
I fully support this.
So we've established the three of us would never do OnlyFans. Would you ever subscribe to somebody's OnlyFans?
No.
I don't need to pay for what I don't.
No, exactly. I don't care.
I don't think I could ever do it. Like, I like taking and sending like naughty photos to somebody that like I know. And I love them being like, oh, you look so hot. But like, I don't think I would ever want to do that to like random strangers that are just paying for it. Like, I don't know. For me, it's not something I would ever do. I did subscribe to Chad John for a month, only for the 1 month. And I think it was like $5.99. I was like, I can afford $6 to talk about this on my podcast. It's an investment.
Right.
Put it on the business account.
When I started the OnlyFans, I hadn't thought of like my name, my porn name. I hadn't thought about it. I just opened it with my first real name. So it is my first real name. So this is my first real name. Okay. It's Kyle. It's pronounced like Kyle, but it's written differently because it's Portuguese, right? It's CAIO.
Oh, cool.
And then my name is not very easy, but let's go. CAIOFLTA 20. Again, CAIOFLTA 20. That's it. I was not thinking I could have an easier name at the time. I just made the account and now, oh my God, I cannot change this name.
Yeah.
I cannot change this name, this complicated name, because I have the fans now. If you change it, nobody's gonna find you. So I stuck with this name. Okay, so that's my name. But you can find me on Instagram. It's Kyle.f.official. It's easier, and over there you can find all my links.
Your link
to my other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That there's nothing to be like uncomfortable about and everyone feels the same way. So I think that should give everybody like a little bit more power in their feelings, because nobody just like, except maybe Zachary, jumps right in and is like, I have no qualms. I have no insecurities. And like, I think that that's like a huge thing with any part of sex. I
agree. Well, thank you guys for chatting all about sex with us this month. Next month, we're going to be chatting all about
weed.
Abigail loves sex.
Our second favorite topic.
Our second favorite topic. How to get high. Let's get high. Oh my
Let's get high.
We're already in the process of taping, and I'm learning so much.
So much, and like so many super educated humans, which I think is so cool, because I think that weed gets like a bad connotation with like being stupid or lazy or like a loser, and like the people that we're talking to are anything but, and they're really bringing like weed into like modern times. I'm so excited.
I can't wait.
No,
we've also been
love all the samples.
Yeah, we've been sampling a lot. All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in to The Adulting Podcast. As always, you can give us a follow at The Adulting Podcast or go to theadultingpodcast.com to stay up to date with the latest show news. As you can see, we got a little bit of a facelift. We have new cover art. We have a new logo. Our website has been revamped. So we are fully brand new and we're ready to share it with you. So give us a follow at The Adulting Podcast. If you want to keep up with me, you can follow me at Just Plain Zack.
And if you want to keep up with me, which I know you all want to, you can follow me at Abigail _AF.
Yes, give Abigail a follow, give me a follow, give the show a follow. And if you want to follow any of our guests, you can give Vanessa Marin a follow at Vanessa Marin Therapy. Give Jenifer Golden a follow at Jenifer Golden. Or you can follow Complicated Show. And you can give Zachary Zane a follow. He posts a lot of like thirsty thirst traps on his Instagram stories at Zachary Zane _. And if you want to follow sex worker Kyle F. He doesn't have a last name, but he does have a big schlong. So you're going to want to go and give him a follow. You can give him a follow at kyle.f.official. Thank you for following us on this Sex-capade journey this month, everybody. Until next time, we'll be
#adulting
and smoking lots of weed.